what we do as an insurance broker when it comes to claims is slightly unusual. But we really try and mimic the investigations of a complaint or a claim that a solicitor or insurer might go through. But what we try and do is do it as you know, as early as possible, on the basis that that's the quickest and cheapest resolution. So I suppose it really starts when you ring me, don't you, to say...
Yes, I mean, I think it's always helpful to have an experienced pair of ears, shall we say, on the other end of the phone that's had a huge amount of experience when it comes to these sort of matters. And hopefully some degree of reassurance as well. So it's always very useful to have an early point of contact, and obviously in terms of just a fairly dispassionate view in terms of how best to manage any issues that may arise.
So what we tend to do is discuss it and then decide on a plan as to who's going to do what, because we're quite keen on trying to choreograph for the audience, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely.
So there are several cases where we've ghosted correspondence and you fronted it, and then, you know, the other stuff I've dealt with, whether it be a solicitor or another insurance broker. But certainly there's one case particularly where your patient was medically qualified, and that made absolute sense for you as a dentist to correspond with them. So we've dealt with solicitors, and we've had cases where we know there's been expert opinion on the other side. And I think one of the things for me particularly is through your network is that we have recourse to a supportive opinion from another dentist. And certainly there are a couple of instances over the years where that's been really quite useful.
Very much so, yeah. I mean, I think this is the thing that, from my perspective, the medico-legal situation within dentistry seems to be deteriorating worse and worse, and it's a bit sad that we're in the situation that we are, but the fact we've got a sort of mutually supported network certainly helps enormously, certainly in terms of being able to provide an expert witness report at an early stage and find out where we are as far as that's concerned. But also, as I said, just that sort of more personal touch perhaps as well.
So we've been able to balance the reporting obligations under the insurance contract to the insurer with us prepping the case and leading it through our own expert evidence at that point. So I think I'm right in saying, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, I did look back through the records before today's session. So since 2018, we've only needed to involve solicitors for the coup de grace, as we call it, on 2 cases.
That's quite correct, and bear in mind it's a large practice, and that's good. As a client, I think that it's good that, you know, we are in a situation to be able to fight these things. I can think of certainly 1, if not 2, of those cases that the mutuals just would have said, well, I think we just need to settle, and that's that. Obviously there is a financial risk when it comes to these things, but the more the profession and the mutuals tend to just decide to roll over, the worse the situation gets.